But welcome to live. Hi everyone. Happy, is it Friday? Friday.
I believe so.
We, Laura, are deep in the month of love. Are you feeling love? Is love all around you? I hear love at your feet. Hi, Roy.
There's my love.
Hi, Roy.
Hello, sweet pea.
Love. What's not to love? What's not to love? Okay. I'm going to say hello to some peeps while you're giving Roy some camera time. He's like, Mom, pay attention.
Hello. Oh, thank you.
He'll be in trouble for saying this, but he dropped his newsletter link, which I'm so glad he did. Plug yourselves, folks. If you won't, who else is going to, you know? Hi, Regina. I've made 82% of my corrections on a digital file for a male-for-male paranormal. Cannot wait. Looks like I'll wrap it up tomorrow and send to the editor. Happy dance. I love it, Regina. Richard's all about it. I'm writing shorter reads this year. Yes, look at everybody getting on the bandwagon. It's probably going to be 17,000 words, so about a 90 to 2 hour. Amazon calls it My Vampire Marco 2.
2 hours. The 2 hour reads.
Oh, now I understand. I tried to make that sentence different than it is. Amazon called My Vampire Marco 2 hour reads. It's me, not Regina. Okay, let's go. Labyrinth. Hey, friend, I managed to get a few Ray Bradbury 52 short stories, 52 week short books done. Wow, look at you go. Way to go, Labyrinth. Everybody's saying, hey.
Boy.
You can definitely keep the momentum going. Don't even worry. Heather, hey, friend. Heather's saying hellos. It is Friday, which will... Katie Ann had the biggest news this week, y'all. If you did not see, our girl's like big time. Got an agent. So had nothing to do with us, but we're glad to take credit. So don't forget us in the cube. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, come back and play with us. Hop on screen anytime. Anybody's welcome, by the way. Just reach out to one of us and let us know. So Laura, tell the folks about yourself and maybe your news that we may take a little break on our Fridays while you're out of town. So people know we'll just put up a message if we're going to do streams, and if we're going to have to delay, I'll do a post. Laura will do a post. We'll let you know. Go ahead, Laura.
I'm Laura Nettles. My romances are under pen names. So far I only have contemporary romances out, and they're under Samantha R. Silverstone. I have 4 out. I have 1 written that's with an editor, which is a sapphic Huddle for Warmth romance based off of last time's prompt. And I am halfway through drafting another one called Scammer of Hearts. So
that sounds good. I love that name.
Do you want to see the cover?
Yes, of course. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Hi. Right? Yes. Way to go, Katie Ann. So proud of you.
Window. That's what I want.
Okay. Yes. Oh, I love it.
So this one is.
What inspired this one?
I comment in chat on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And didn't I make a joke too that was going to inspire? No, that was the day before or something where I was like, no, Laura will have come up with an idea, written this series, and published 3 by Friday. You're close.
So I have made the cover. I've written half of it, but yeah.
See, like, this is what I'm saying, right?
I'm on chapter 4 right now.
I mean, chapter 4 out of what, 8, 9 chapters? Hi.
These ones are 7 plus an epilogue, 6 plus an epilogue.
Oh, well, dang, girl. Look at you go. Oh my gosh, Laura, I'm going to need to buy this one for the cover. I know, right? It's giving me steamy. Well, Laura, killed it today and wrote the prompts, both of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my announcement. I am flying back to California. So if you haven't heard, I lost my job. I got laid off because we've run out of work because of all the strikes that went on. So while I am job hunting, I'm taking Roy and we are vermoosing to warmer weather where we'll help take care of the nieces and nephew while I job hunt, while my sister job hunts. It's going to be a whole house. So And then
That'd be awesome.
yeah, in March, my brother and his wife are moving down. So
Oh my
I know. So it's like
God.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be down there for. We'll see when I get a job, but I'm still
Yeah.
paying rent up here, so
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, we're sending you good vibes on the job. If anybody knows of connections, reach out to Laura. She's looking right now. I know your LinkedIn's public, right? Because aren't we LinkedIn, I think? So yes, I know your LinkedIn's out there. So find it, endorse. If you know of anything she might be good for, pass it along. Now is a
I'm a US and a Canadian citizen, so I can work either place without a visa. But I've also applied in England and Australia. So
gosh, don't go that far for me, Laura. At least not until after you come visit us in October. Okay, so yes, it will be a family fair, but what we were talking about is we may do a little break in our streams during that time. So if so, because also I have budget season, which is part of the reason I'm gonna be doing a little bit of work tonight for Real Works instead of writing. I am gonna read stories though. You guys are gonna be my break to not stab people.
but
I
might be I can write. I just won't be able to read aloud this type of language in my family's house.
And as I said, like Laura, you and I both know my potty mouth will get you in so much trouble at home. Like people are like, who are you hanging out with? Because that young man is a bad influence. And if they call me young, I love them.
Oh.
Okay. Richard. Hi, Deidre. Come save us. Oh, she spanked that like button. Oh, that's okay. Can't stay. Go take care of you. Self-care. We love you.
There might be spanking in the scammer romance.
There better be a lot of cock. What?
So there might be spanking in the scammer romance. So.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. JC's read it so far. So.
Like, why am I so curious about the research all of a sudden? Like, tell me more.
I didn't really do much research for this one specifically, but yeah. So
For the spanking scene, it just came naturally.
I had read one romance that had a scene with that incorporated in it a couple years ago, so I'd read at least one that had it. But yeah.
Well, if you want to run it past us, we're happy to give feedback.
Oh gosh. Read the whole chapter.
I've spanked in my day, haven't I, Rick? He's not listening.
Silence.
He's listening to the podcast. I know he couldn't care less. He's totally checked out with me. Samantha is a pro, no research needed, right? Steamy. It's also steamy, Tammy. Like we've turned the corner into the steamiest of places. I'll probably have to get my spice on tonight. Good. Okay. Like I said, if you want to get Laura reading some spicy stuff, tonight is the night. We want to see blushing. Boom. It's tonight. So for those of you that can join us, you can shoot us a message at, oh, whoa, Barrett. Here. And we will shoot you the link to come and read with us. Or we can read it for you. And by we, I mean, of course, Laura. But also me too, because I'm going to take little breaks from a story. But if you don't have a lot of COCK, then you might want to give me those. And then if you do have a lot of COCK and other words. So,
the prompts are a little on the spicier side, so.
Oh, okay. So, are we ready for the first prompt? I am. I didn't even look.
I suppose. I will share the first prompt.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Valentine's Day. You're all dolled up, ready to rock the town when your significant other dumps you by text. You're not going to let their makeup go to waste. The club won't know what hit it.
Well, we're for sure not going to hit it and quit it. That's what we're not going to do. I'm going to have to write to this one later. Hiya. You got here just in time for the spice. We're throwing all the cocks at Laura tonight.
I'm gonna die.
That is just not going to get old all night long. Okay, how much time do we want on the clock? Or cock.
Oh dear.
I know you can't tame me.
I will not say what I just thought.
What are we feeling, squad, in the audience? How much time do we want? Hit the literal club, right? Booyah, I think I can come up with something. Good. Give us anything. I can't wait. Well, actually, maybe not for the literal hit club. I know, right? I'm already in sweatpants. I'm comfy at this age. I'm just here to cause chaos. Richard, we know you. We love you. That's why you're here. You may ban me if I say what comment is currently in my head. There is no banning here. You have to say some pretty bad stuff. So we've got 30, 35, 45. We want to just throw out a tiebreaker. Let the next person who puts out a time is going to tie break it. Do you want to tie break it? What are you feeling?
It was 30, 35, and 45?
30, 35, 45 is what I see. 30 was the next one we saw from Regina.
Let's do a 35 then.
Okay. Katie Ann's winning tonight. Let me
scroll it down.
Okay, which one do you want me to pull this first timer? Because if so, I'm picking one that's a little out of season because it's my favorite one of yours.
I pulled one up, but you can pull one up.
Oh, okay.
Which one's your favorite?
This one I'm going to show you in 1 minute. Hang on. I didn't actually discover it. Ricky did. Because I had watched one of our streams on his computer. And it stayed up. And so when it was open, I was like, oh, I like that timer. He's like, that's you. And I was like, it is? Who's she? I don't know her. All right. Are you ready? Present. Screen. This one.
The library one.
The library. But it's this chick for me.
Yeah.
What is her story? What are you doing? What's happening? Who has their hand up your skirt? Like, there's so much I need to know. Look, Katie's got my age on the screen. So friendly. Love her. Yes, I am finally feeling better. I'm still on some nausea medication, but I'm eating cookies tonight. So that's
I thought Richard put your age on the screen.
Oh, he did. Richard, you're right. You're right. Laura's getting a Ko-fi donation tonight. That's okay. I'm not writing either. I'm working on stuff, but hanging out's cool. And we'll see you back to hear some of the stories and hear Laura say cock. Tell us when we're ready. I do want to write her story. I think I'm going to one day. Just because I'm like, some story there I gotta get into. So are we ready?
I suppose.
Adieu. Oh, I'm sorry about Mom having a day, Labyrinth. Hang in there. If you can write to this, write to it. Send us your stories. Don't forget cock up top. And the spicy up top and mild down below. Not really. I can say whatever, so. Hands off the keyboard and penises down. Welcome back, everyone.
Oh gosh.
This is why Laura can't stream with us with her family.
Mm-hmm.
Good times, good times. So, bring us your tired, your weak, your cocks. Don't forget, if you want us to read your story, you can send it to either one of us here, but we would love to have you on to read yourself. So if you'd like to do that, you are welcome to join, and you don't have to come on screen. You can do avatar mode. Totally or send it to us to read. No, I didn't finish. I'm sorry, Laura. Do you want to come on and read the script? We always love what you read. You're always welcome. Barrett would not have ever said that, Richard. Neither confirmed nor denied. I need more time. Story of my life, right? Well, you know where that one needs to go, Katie. I know, Richard. It's After Dark episode. This is right up your alley, Richard. All of your innuendos are going to be read on screen. So doesn't matter. The door is open to either one of us. Send your work to whomever you think will turn the most red reading it. How'd you do, Laura?
747.
Wow, that's really good. It was 35, right? I already forgot. Do we 35? That's good. How are you feeling about it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is it going to become a book?
Pretty good. I don't know. We shall see.
You know how you do. Well, do you want to read first? Oh, I don't even have my Instagram up. Hold on. It's hard because
I don't have any messages yet.
I do. Oh, yay! Dolores is coming. Yay. Okay, good. This makes my day happy. Your friend. All right. Then. Yay. Okay. I have one from Labyrinth. Did Katie Ann send to you?
Not yet. Oh. There it is.
Did she slide it into your DMs?
She did.
Katie Ann, you know she's a lady. It's a new year. Let's get Laura to say cock for the first time this year. The first? She's had so many cocks in her mouth this year. Nicole, you don't even. Oh, Laura, that's not what I meant. I meant by saying the word of the cock. Theretofore.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi. I was muting the regular webpage.
Welcome.
Hi.
Do we get some spice?
We'll get like innuendos because I didn't get far enough. Like if I had 10 more minutes, we would have gotten to.
Challenge accepted. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Well, first do an intro. Let everybody know where they can find you, all the things.
So I'm Dolores Medill, and I write spicy romances. I also do gaming streams on my second channel, which is where all the streams are. I also have a pen name called Serapia Medill, which is erotic romances, and I do have a Vela out right now called Hunger's Desire, which is like a paranormal erotic romance, kind of in the near future-ish.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna look some of these up and drop some links while you're reading.
Okay. All right.
Go for it.
Yes, go. Take it away.
He was such a shithead. Everyone told me I should have believed them. Also, the coward sending me a comm message while leaving to go back on planet. Well, I can still have fun without him. And the gang used to hit it up. Me and the gang used to hit it up all the time. I walked to the front of the line and wave at the bouncer. A well-built male from Northern European country. Ah, Lunas, I heard. You want me to go fuck up Tom for you after my shift? He smiles. And I know he's half serious with the look in his eye. I laugh. No, the shit had already left planet side. Well, he better not show his face on the station again. He waves at the control and the door slides open. Sarah's inside, said she would wait for you on the upstairs bar. Thank you. Thank you. You two are the best. I give him a hug and walk in. The music is blaring and helps me to drown out my thoughts as I make my way through the crowd. I look at the stairs and there are people packing it, so I head to the lift platform and take it up. At least it's closer to the bar. I get off and immediately see Sarah talking to another of our friends. Girl, you made it. I'm so glad. He doesn't deserve a single tear from you. Yes, amiga, let's drink and dance because tonight you are going to have the best fun you have had since being with that ass, Jose says. Perhaps have the best time too. They wiggle their eyebrows suggestively. They have been the most vocal about how horrible Tom was, especially when they kept being jealous of us spending time together, when Jose only likes cock. I take the shot they hand me. Salud, we shout and shoot it back. We head out to start dancing on the top floor dance floor. After some songs is over, we go back, get a drink, take a shot, and then head back out. Very tipsy Sarah spins me during a cumbia in her little more than tipsy state. I slip from her hand and slam into a strong chest. I look up into light brown eyes and tan cheeks that smile down at me. I'm sorry, I think my friend got a little carried away. It's not a problem if you want to properly apologize. How about finish this dance and the next one with me? They smile back at me and their eyes seem to sparkle with the lights. I look over at my shoulder and Sarah's giving me a thumbs up and so is Jesus, who has had already found a handsome male of their own. Jesus grabs Sarah and they begin their own circle, so I don't have an excuse to say no. Turning back to the handsome male, sure, why not? Perfect. And right on the beat, they grab my hand and spin me out and back in. We match perfectly and stay in sync, spinning and twirling around each other, our hips smoothly rolling to the beat. The song finally ends and someone yells a traditional shout and people cheer. Sarah didn't mention it was going to be a Latinidad night then, but maybe it's fitting for my new freedom. Just as I remember promising another dance, the music starts and a bachata starts. Some people leave to go back to the bar, including Sarah. I don't know if my mysterious male will want to do such a sensual dance. I say Jose and their partner get close, and Jose plants a hand on their lower back and start to move across the dance floor. If you're not comfortable, we can skip this, they say. I look up and see how sincere they are and how refreshing it is that someone cares. My name is Lunes. I'm Astro. They smile back. Good, now I'm ready. I place my hand on their shoulder and they place theirs on my lower back, pushing our pelvises flush. Our in-sync pays off even more. We glide across the dance floor, our movement's perfect, never stepping on each other or bumping into anyone else. Our hips sway and grind perfectly, and they lean down. You a professional dancer, Reina. Even with them bending down, we don't lose rhythm. I giggle. No, but I'm really good with my hips. The song ends and they dip me, which is not traditional. As they bring me up, they growl in my ear. I would like to see that. And that's as far as I got.
Nice. You're muted, Barrett.
Yeah.
I was about to say I liked it. I want to hear how it ends. It was sweet. It was good because there's some spice. I dropped Hunger's Desire, but I did it in two. So here is the title, and then here is the link. Now, give us like a blurb for Hunger's Desire. Like, tell folks what they're going to get over there. I love the little page, the cover page. I'm like, to read.
So Hunger's Desire started off as my like I don't give a shit story.
Yeah.
And I just decided to write it. So it's what happens when a succubus who has uncontrollable hunger and a vampire who also has an uncontrollable hunger get together and complement each other, but there's also some social dynamics involved where they're not technically supposed to feed on each other. And how do you separate food from sex when they've always been together?
Oh, yes. Okay. How many episodes? Like, do you release? Are you like all out, or are you still releasing?
No. I'm still releasing. I have a friend helping me because with my dyslexia, the tense is fucking me up. So they're helping me fix my tenses. I was gonna post every like other week, but they're busy, so we're doing at least like once a month posting.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah, and it takes place over like Yulefest or Yulefest. Wait,
Yeah.
the like pagan winter holiday.
Yule.
Yeah, I love it.
There you go.
Yule. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So links be dropped. Go
Thank
and follow Dolores. Oh, you're welcome. On all of the places. Buy the books. Don't forget to leave a review. If you read, leave good. Because Kindle, does it do reviews or is like a starring system? Like I've only read a few.
Yeah, it's something like that. But I also have it on Ko-fi if you're like not in the US or anything like that. So
I love it. I love it, making it available. Well, thanks for always coming on and being brave. I love that
Yes.
about you. You're like
Thanks.
no fear. So come back all the times. We love having you.
Yes. Thank you. I like reading.
Yes, come back. Right, come back. We got one more prompt. Come back and see us in a little bit.
Okay.
Bye, friend.
Bye.
Follow Dolores below. All the links. I linked the Ko-fi as well, so go check that out. And check out Hunger's Desire, the Kindle Vella. I'm also going to pull up a few more of the books and drop them in chat as well. All right, Laura, do you want to read next? You be the next reader?
I suppose.
I suppose.
Should I read mine or Katie's?
Totally your call. Whenever you want to blush, though, let me know so I can come watch. I'm pulling links right now.
We'll save Katie's for the end. We'll save the best for last.
Okay. Well, listen, you're both incredibly talented. I could never choose a favorite. It's like, which is my favorite child? Then, of course, the answer is whoever gives me the most money. Agree, Dolores. Agree. I love having Dolores on. Good egg. Yes. There'll be a second. Yes.
Alrighty. I lay on the touch-up eyeliner, sharp enough to cut a bitch. The bitch Suzanne specifically. My tears are drying on the glowing screen of my phone, blurring their breakup text. Hey, Lindsay, I'm just not feeling us anymore. I'm breaking up with you. Happy Valentine's Day. Well, fuck her. I will enjoy tonight. It'll be the best Valentine's Day experience of my life. I grab my keys and take a rideshare downtown. The line to get into the dance club on Main is outrageous. Luckily, there's a skip the line feature for single women tonight, and I'm freshly single. The bouncer checks my ID, lifts the velvet rope, and lets me inside. The music's bass is boosted, vibrating my bones, but the drinks are fabulous here, and I'm ready to do something stupid. Sliding up to the bar, I take out my credit card. A cranberry martini. The bartender nods and gets to work, their hand motions mesmerizing as they prepare it in record time. Our hands slide along each other as he hands it over, winking at me. I'm already blushing, and I'm stone cold sober. The first sip tantalizes my taste buds, tart and fruity. It slides down smooth, and before I know it, I've drained it dry. A second martini later, I'm surveying the couples grinding on the dance floor. There are a handful of singles of a variety of genders milling about. I place my second empty glass on the bar top and start to make my move. A high-pitched laugh stops me in my tracks. There, just a few couples deep into the crowd, is Suzanne and a blonde woman. That bitch already has a date? Has she been cheating on me? Anger swirls in my veins, tempered by anxiety. She'll see me. She'll see me alone. Shit. Turning on my heels, I walk up to the first person who is standing around alone. An androgynous person with a stunning wolf cut and high cheekbones. Surely they're already taken. Hello, I introduce myself, looking up through heavily mascaraed eyelashes. What's your name? They turn to look at me startled. Rain. What's yours? Lindsay. Rain. Such a unique name. I decide to try it on my tongue. Are you up for a dance, Rain? It rolls across my palate pleasurably. I could get used to that. With you? Anytime, Rain says, offering their hand. I take it, sliding my fingers along theirs until they clutch my palm, directing me into the dance fray. The lights mounted to the high ceiling swirl, sending golden stars and mirrored squares of light across Rain's skin. It's smooth and clear, light makeup accentuating their dark eyes. God, they sparkle in the lighting. Their hand rests on the small of my back, fingers gliding up the vertebrae of my spine and the open back dress I'm wearing. The spicy smell of their fragments fills me with longing to taste their skin. So, I ask to distract myself, what are your pronouns? They, them. You? She, her. At their smile, a flutter buds in my stomach. They're gorgeous. That damned high-pitched laugh erupts behind me again, closer this time. Do you trust me? I ask Rain, flicking my eyes to them as Susan, whatever, trying to convey my predicament. Rain is only a stranger, but I need to do this. You can tell me to stop at any time. They nod, dark hair framing their face. I take charge, pulling them against me, a support column digging into my back right beside Suzanne. I drag my fingers through their hair, pulling the pink-stained lips onto mine. The response is immediate, reciprocating in all the right ways. They hike one of my legs up, wrapping it around their waists, and grind into me. Oh God. The pressure of a cock slots between my legs, pressuring through the layers of fabric. I grind down, kissing them back. The sounds of indignation in Suzanne's voice is somewhere in the background, but I don't care. Rain feels so good, tastes like mint and whiskey. With lean muscles, they are stronger than they look. They lift me up, kissing down my neck with all teeth and tongue. And that's all I did.
You gave us a cock, Laura.
I did.
You slapped me in the face with that cock. I did not. That was great. Nothing says breakfast like a little cock to the face. Thank you for that. I needed that to wake back up and be present. That was so great. That was gorgeous is the right word. Like you, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm about to put Katie in timeout. Jesus Christ, take everything away from me. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on. This was what I was trying to click and put it up there. Agree. Like you took me there. I was with you. First of all, breakup text. Wowza. I have some feelings. I have some feelings. Do you trust me? Like that's always going to go to somewhere where someone's fingers are going to end up where they should be. You know, they should be. Hi, Jessica, by the way. Oh, right? Ugh. This. No, but you you took us there. We were with you. You transported us. And then shooketh. I was like, Laura knows the word cock.
I do.
This. Game over. Very sexy. Yes. Yes. I know. Okay. So this one's definitely going to turn into a story, I feel like. Right? One's gonna, yeah.
Will.
It's definitely gonna, I think. I always am having a day, I'm telling you. Yeah. Oh, gotta get more water. Okay, gotta stay hydrated because this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Some holy water. Oh no.
Holy water. It's like you're not ready. What is that on the screen? Did I do one of the signals that it does things?
The double thumbs up is fireworks. What? One thumb up is a thumb up.
Oh, do this, friends. I kind of like that I can do it everywhere. Okay, that's fun. All right, sorry, I can do dumb things all night. Okay, that was great. So, you ready for me to read? Let me pull up Labyrinth, and then I've got Tiff too.
I've got Katie.
All right. Story 1 prompt. I'm sorry, but I really don't think this is working out between us. Scrawls across the screen of my iPhone. As my grip on it tightened, the dark orbs widening like an eclipse on steroids as the azure coloring of my eyes disappears behind it. I'm dumped. I'm dumped on Valentine's Day. Well, sweetheart, we shall see just how long that lasts. I'm not about to let all this sass go to waste. Club Valentines will not know what hit them tonight. Just as I arrived wearing the killer red mini dress that a former boyfriend used to love so much. Now, why would a fool like him not want to see me in this anymore? I've made all the boys' heads swoon right from the entrance of the place. If only he was here to witness that he'd be begging me to take him back. He's the jealous type after all. I played it cool, and not let him in my personal space just yet. As I made them back themselves up, I hit the dance floor first before I hit the margaritas and tequila shots. The night becomes a slight blur as the drinks hit my system while hitting the dance floor again, this time a bit tipsy. Then I woke up in the car, messed up hair missing one red high-heeled stiletto and 2 pieces of clothing. At least 2 people are missing. I still have all mine. Oh, and there are a couple of hickeys on either side with phone numbers written in blue ink pen on my thigh and a note on my dashboard from my ex. Apparently he saw the whole thing. Huh. See, darling? I knew I'd not be in the single life very long. That's good. That's like
I
going
like
back.
the phone numbers written on the skin. Oh, that's so fun.
Who has not been there? At Pride several years. But that's just me. I don't know. Loved it. It's so relatable, you know? Welcome, right in time. You missed Laura saying cock and Labyrinth having people write on their thigh. It was good times. Good times. Welcome, Morgan. Welcome. Hope work was good. We love you, friend. Wasn't that great? That was good. I know. You really stretched. I like it. It was good. It was good. You were in it. You were feeling it. Okay. Give Labyrinth all the love. I did love the thigh comment. I loved the hitting the club and getting the revenge. I was feeling it. I loved it. I want to feel more of the like anger writing. Hey, Nikki. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you, friend. I want to feel the like rage. I didn't look at the next prompt. It's still going to be a surprise. Do we have kind of a rager in the next one?
No.
Or could it? Oh, it's more like lovey.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's spicy.
Ooh, spicy. Okay, we'll do spicy second. Okay, I've got. Oh, I need access to.
I'll read Katie's while you get access to Tiffany's.
Oh no, I know what it is. I'm not logged in.
Oh, I also got Nikki's.
Nikki's. Oh, you got another entry? Yay! Perfect.
Wait. No, this is Nicole's, not Nikki's.
Oh, okay. What else?
Okay, I will read Nicole's. Valentine's Day Smash. Oh, this is Nicole's. I know this name. Sterling walked out of his room, his palms sweaty and his heart pounding in his chest, drowning out the orchestra awaiting his lover's arrival. He rocked on both feet like a rocking chair, watching all the members of his future court pass by him, inclining their heads as they went. Sterling fidgeted with his hands behind his back, not wanting to let everyone see how nervous he was. He knew this night was going to be special. It was the first time he'd be attending a Lover's Day celebration in the city, and he'd had no one to share it with until now. He glanced over towards further into the castle, and debated on going towards Carlin's room himself, when a messenger made his appearance and handed him a letter. "From Carlin, Your Highness," he said. Sterling nodded and took the note and unfolded it, pretending he hadn't noticed the note was folded instead of tucked in a sealed envelope. "Sterling, I know this isn't the best timing on my part, but I need you to know I've fallen out of love with you. I'm afraid I can't lie to you and go to the Lover's Day celebration under false pretenses. It's over between us. Regards, Cadet Colin Vale." Sterling stared at the note in disbelief, not bothering to hide the shock from his face. The messenger gave him a concerned look. "Your Highness, is everything all right?" he asked. Sterling squared his shoulders. He may not have a date to the Lover's Day celebration, but who was to say he couldn't make it his own? He was already prepared for a night out, anyway, so why not go out and have some fun? He'd even gotten his makeup done for the occasion. It was simple, but still enough to draw at least someone in. Rouge around the eyes and on the lips, enough to make a mark on the one he spent the night with. But now, more than ever, he decided to own it, despite being a tad bit reluctant to wear it even tonight. He decided then and there, in front of a messenger who'd unknowingly passed on a message dumping him on Lover's Day, to show people who their future king would truly be. And he knew just the place. Sterling folded the note back up and tucked it into his pocket. "Thank you. You may have the rest of the night off. It's Lover's Day, and I know you have someone waiting for you," he said, heading back into his room to place the note briefly onto his writing desk. Sterling then left his room again, locking the door behind him, and left the castle, nearly beelining it to the most romantic, at least to him, spot in the entire city, the Waterfall of Hearts. It was mostly called that because it was a literal waterfall that poured into a lake shaped like a heart when viewed from above, and Sterling knew how to get there. He jumped the wooden fence, then hiked up a small, almost unnoticeable trail that led to the top, and once he arrived, he'd almost stopped when he saw the crowd of people already there. So much for being alone and wooing the stars tonight instead of some mortal who could break his heart. He sighed, but continued anyway, and stopped again when he saw someone leaning against the railing overlooking the lake, all alone. He smiled to himself. He might not be able to seduce the stars, but it was Lover's Day after all, and he would need someone to hold tonight. He planted himself near the loner. "The lake certainly is sparkling tonight, isn't it?" he asked, his thick Hittorian accent even thicker. The loner looked up at him and gave him a weak smile. "It would be even better if I had someone to enjoy the sight with," he said. Sterling leaned against the railing as well. "I know what you mean. My lover broke up with me through a messenger just before he and I were supposed to attend together. I'm sorry. Not your fault, and it's his loss anyway. I got myself all dolled up for the event and not letting it go to waste." "Good for you." The loner's tone sounded hurt as well, and Sterling wanted to know what had happened to him prior to all this. Sterling thought to lighten him up. "Well, you and I are technically enjoying it together. Two people who are alone for the event." The loner shook his head, but smiled anyway. "True. What's your name, stranger?" "Sterling." "Yours?" "Wyatt. Who knew I'd be meeting the Crown Prince tonight?" Sterling smiled and shrugged. "Perhaps it's fate," he replied. Wyatt turned and looked to the stars. "Perhaps," he muttered. Sterling bumped his shoulder against Wyatt's. "You want to go somewhere else? Hide away from the stars?" he offered. The twinkle in Wyatt's eyes said yes, if his smile hadn't revealed the naughty thoughts roaming through his head. Sterling mirrored Wyatt's expression, and the two of them walked away from the crowd. They couldn't keep away from each other, even when Sterling took Wyatt to the secluded hunter's cabin nearby, which Sterling thanked the spirits wasn't occupied. The second the door was shut and locked tight enough to keep a god out, Wyatt was the first to make the move, slamming his mouth to Sterling's, his hands nearly fumbling to undo Sterling's belt. He was waiting for this, Sterling thought as he assisted Wyatt. The two men stripped to their nice shirts, and, despite the two of them being the same height, Wyatt managed to slam Sterling against the wall, causing the prince to lean his head back, and Wyatt planted kisses all over Sterling's neck. Once those soft lips caressed the crook of his neck, Sterling let out a soft moan, and for the rest of the night, Wyatt and Sterling devoured each other, enough to make the horniest god jealous.
Yes. Okay. Whose was that? That was Katie?
No, that was
Nicole?
Yeah, Nicole.
Nicole? Okay. Yes, that was spicy. Spicy. Me too. I did love all the God comments. Yes. All the things. Nailed it. Spicy. Just very spicy. I liked it. I love all the different ways people can take the stories. You know what I mean? You can read 8 of the. That's my favorite part of this. Is we could read 10 stories and they'd all be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got Tiff. Are you guys ready?
We will see.
Okay, let's see if she gave me a cock. "It's not you, it's me. Don't judge me, and I hope you find the right one. Tim." I reread the text over and over. Who the hell breaks up with someone on Valentine's Day, and what sort of asshole does it by text? He didn't even have the balls to face me. I threw the phone down on the bed and let out a loud scream. Why didn't he text me last night? I could have saved myself $200 instead of taking the day off and getting all done up. Hair salon, nail appointment, new dress and shoes, and all for some idiot that texts me 2 hours before we were supposed to meet up for dinner. Now that I think about it, that should have been a clue. Don't most men pick you up on Valentine's Day? Jackass. I walked into the bathroom, unzipping the back of my dress. Thankfully, I have a pint of mint chocolate chip in the freezer for those sort of moments. I stood in front of the mirror and stared back at the face looking at me. She looked good. She looked damn good. Like, hot as hell good. No guy would text this woman on Valentine's to break up. This woman could get any man she damn well wanted. You know what? I zipped that dress back up. Screw him. What's that saying about getting under a guy to get over one? No time like the present. I walked out of the bathroom past my emergency stash of ice cream and picked up my purse. I grabbed my keys and walked out. I opened my rideshare app and scheduled a car. Didn't take long, as I thought, and before too long, I was stepping out in front of the club. I looked down the line of people standing there waiting to get in. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. I turned to head to the back of the line when a strong hand touched the small of my back. You're way too beautiful to wait. A smooth voice spoke into my ear. The smell of his saddlewood aftershave surrounding me. You should be front and center in VIP. I don't think so. I let out a small giggle and looked back into striking blue eyes. I mean, like crystal blue eyes that people wear contacts trying to get. I leaned to the side and took him all in. Dear gracious, the Lord himself descend down to make up for this crappy date I was supposed to have. That was the only thing I could think of when looking at porcelain smooth skin, a chiseled jaw covered with the right amount of scruff, and lips that I didn't have to touch to know would be as soft as silk against my body. He was dressed in a suit, and this was a grown man suit. I didn't know designers, but I knew expensive, and this was expensive. If the suit didn't give away he was out of my league, the gold watch and the shoes shined so much I could see my reflection in them did the job. My breath logged in my throat. His lips spread deliciously across his face, and my panties literally burned off my body. He wasn't heaven sent. The man was sin and temptation, and I was ready to give in. Don't look so frightened, beautiful. He let his finger slowly stroke down my cheek. I don't bite. He leaned in. I'd rather use my tongue. But that's only if you ask nicely. Tiffany.
Burnt off her body.
Like, she should write some romance books.
Yeah, Tiff, come on.
Yeah, Tiff, that was good. I think she fell asleep. Well, I'll have to text her later and be like, your story was great. You should listen. Yeah, that was good, right?
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the world. I liked the attitude. It was fun. That was good. That was good. Yay, Tiff. Snaps.
All the snaps.
Don't forget about Des LeRae, people. Support Des LeRae and TL Russ.
Yep.
Don't forget to plug yourselves, by the way, if you're doing your stories. Do all the plugs. All right. Is it time? Is it time?
For Katie's.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Here we
Give us
go.
a big one, Laura. Give us a big one.
Ruby's idea of a perfect Galentine's Day is getting eaten out at least 3 times. Morning, noon, and night. Preferably more times, but she wouldn't mind the use of a toy or even fingers. God's tools, as Olivia might say with a sharky grin on her face as she made Ruby's thighs tremble again. However, it seems that Olivia had other plans. Ones involving dumping Ruby in a single text before hopping on a plane with her boss to Cabo. Ruby fluffs the spotted collar on her coat and strides out of the cold wintry night flecked with snow flurries and into the club. The Scissor Sisters. Not incredibly creative, but it would have to do. She could not let her sharp black liner and pristine red lipstick go to waste. Far too expensive. The club is cliched, sweaty, throbbing with sensual music, and decorated with gaudy red hearts that sparkly pink, orange, and white ribbons. Girls in various states of undress crowd the dance floor, while cougars sip red wine and martinis at the bar. Ruby isn't sure which group she falls into. Other clubs cater to specific tastes, but the Scissor Sisters is known for a plethora of lesbians, bisexuals, and non-binaries. Luckily, Ruby doesn't have to go searching tonight. Instead, she weaves along the back walls, slipping her coat down to her elbows. She reaches the DJ booth and twists the door open without a second thought. Alexandra, or Beat Bunny, as she is known to the local clubs and bars, is manning the colorful, flickering board of dials and switches and buttons. She spins the songs together, meshing them like a modern siren, the dance floor, her ocean. Ruby watches her fingertips move, caressing and sliding with practiced ease. Tonight, she is wearing something so casual, it should make Ruby gag. Black jeans cinched at her waist with a studded belt and a white tank top that shows off the spiral of tattoos from her shoulder blades and down her arms. Her dark hair is close cropped, freshly faded down the side. Ruby leans against the door jamb, wondering how long it'll take Alex to realize she is here. Again. She always comes back, usually in 6-inch heels, to this DJ booth. It'd be pathetic and embarrassing if Ruby wasn't so fucking horny. Alex spins the song to a slower, deeper beat, twisting an upbeat pop number into a sensual R&B hit. Next set is queued up, Lyra. Alex shucks her headphones off her ears, letting them dangle around her neck as she turns. Ruby smiles as her ex-wife startles. Ruby Red, what the hell are you doing here? Alex asks, her voice a rasping growl, probably from yelling into the microphone earlier before she retreated into her shell. Ruby can barely hear her over the throb of the music, but this is how it always goes. She drops her jacket, showing off the sheath of crimson silk that hugs every curve. Alex's eyes drop to her breasts, swelling over the sweetheart's neckline. Happy Valentine's Day, baby, Ruby says, striding into the booth and pressing into Alex, twining her arms around her neck, pulling the headphones free and dropping them to the floor. Hey, those are expensive, Alex purrs, but she doesn't move away. Instead, the opposite. Her hands cradle Ruby's hips, and her head tilts up to look at Ruby. Her full lips twitch into a smile, her left eyebrow raising. It's the one without a slit, and Ruby goes her thumbs across the wrinkle above it. You still dating, Allison? Ruby asks. Alex shakes her head. Olivia? Her head tilts. Ruby kisses her in response. Her mouth is soft and supple, her lips parting for Ruby and letting her take the lead. It's always been easy kissing Alex, even when they were sex-repressed Christian teenagers. No matter how rough they got, no matter how their mouths spat vile words, their kisses were always tender, almost innocent, a nostalgic remnant of their childhoods. You know this is a bad idea, Alex says against Ruby's cheek as they break apart, one hand shifting Ruby's thigh. Her fingers slip against the silk scrunch of her crimson slip dress. Her thumb caresses her upper thigh. She tips her head back. We've never cared before. Alex's lips trail along her throat. You're wearing the perfume I bought you for our anniversary. Her nose nuzzles against her pulse point, which throbs with her furious heartbeat. I like it, Ruby says, caressing the back of Alex's head, down her neck, squeezing gently where Alex is always tense. Fuck, baby, Alex murmurs. Back off early. Come home with me, Ruby murmurs, and Alex sighs against her skin, causing goosebumps to rise and her skin to prickle pleasantly. Her stomach twists sour. As she worries for a moment, Alex will say no. You don't want me to play a little first? Alex says, and she doesn't mean play music. Her jean-clad thighs press between Ruby's knees, scratchy against her skin. Her other hand pushes her dress all the way up, and her fingers find her folds. No panties? You must be desperate. Ruby Wayne wants to groan and grumble and play hard to get, but Alex's mouth slides down her throat to the hollow between her collarbones. She kisses there, and then she sinks a little further down on the edge of the DJ table and puts her talented lips to work over Ruby's nipple. The silk wets easily under Alex's tongue, sliding gracefully over her sensitive skin. Fuck, she whispers. Alex's thumb nudges against her clit, circling with alternating pressure, just enough to make her skin flare with heat and the coil in her stomach to tighten. God's tools indeed. Alex holds her on the edge, tongue flicking and fingers tapping like she does on her soundboard. Alex, Ruby gasps, biting her lower lip, not even caring if she smears her red lipstick. Then, because her ex-wife is terrible, god-awful, and mischievous tease, she pulls away. Yes, baby? Ruby would deny whining, but it is impossible not to when she was inches from the edge. Alex smooths her dress back down and kisses the corner of her mouth. So impatient, Alex teases. Her eyes are dark. Now go sit and wait like a good girl, and maybe I'll take you home. Barrett.
I died at Scissor Sister.
Me too.
I came back to life and died again. About 2 more times. This is my review. Like, that came out in 35 minutes. The newly agented friend of ours, Katie Ann, folks. I'm just going to say it. What howza?
With her sapphic tennis romance.
And yes, I know, nailed it. But let's just real quick, some of the drops in that story, the religious drop, like someone else, was it Dolores that said that comment? I should have started. Sorry, Dolores. I think it was you. This, like the timing of it was perfect. Like, oh yes, it was just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Yeah, damn. Yes, how I feel every week, Nicole. Every week. That was stunning. Y'all want to learn the ways, follow Miss Katie Ann's channel and like get ready for all of it. Okay, what? I'm shooketh. There was some clit action for all of us, really, but again, there are just certain words that, for whatever reason, when you say them and then turn red at the same time, it brings me such an odd amount of joy, as if I'm your honorary older brother or something. It's like, I made her say the naughty word. That was absolutely wonderful.
Yes, I too read a lot of fanfic.
Yes. Oh, see, that's it then. That's where you guys get all the good saucy. Well, your well is full. Runneth over. Well, Laura, you wrote 2 amazing prompts. Are you ready to hit the kids with numero dos? Okay. Rose petals dance in the perfumed air, candles flickering on the windowsills. Your partner promised to make tonight memorable. Boy, are they delivering. Your own surprise is the icing on the cake. Oh, I want it. See, I know. Is Des here? I know. No, I think she's got something going on. But listen, this is good. This is steamy. I want my erotic. Oh, Katie's got ideas. Let them run wild. But listen, this could get very steamy, and I like it. I feel like we could write some steamy stories, or someone could surprise us. Yes, Labyrinth, give me a shocker of a twist.
All right, let me copy the text so I can cheat.
Oh, yes. Well, should I drop it in the chat so people can do that too? Because sometimes I like to do that in my document.
Sure. I can do that.
Oh, you're doing it? Okay. Did I mess
It
it
might
up?
be too long for a single comment. Oh, no, it worked.
It worked. Yay. Okay, I like it. So how long do y'all want to go? What kind of time do you want? What feels organic? You're welcome. 35? I see a 35. Is there a second for a 35? Because 35 is good. I feel like everybody nailed it on 35 last time. That was wildly good for 35 minutes. Any objections?
Another 35 and then a 40.
I think 2 35s is a winner. Are we with that? Or do we want to bump up to 37.5? It's your all's call. It's Friday night. I'm a wild man. I had coffee at 3 p.m., so I'll definitely stay awake to 10:30.
All All right, I have a random time.
Okay, do it. You want to share it? Or you want me to share? Yeah.
I got it.
Yay. Okay, what do we call this? The Aurora Borealis? No,
Borealis.
Borealis. Aurora
With a B. Borealis.
Borealis. Aurora Borealis.
It's spelled at the top.
I feel real not intelligent right now. That was right there. No, Ricky and I were watching something, and this was a question on a show. And then I butchered that so badly, but I used your timer. I was like, Laura has a timer of the whatever. And then Ricky looked it up, and it turns out he's right, because that's what I think he told me it was. So anyway, we don't need to focus on that. Love you all. 35 minutes on the clock. Let's do Laura's amazing. Rose petals dance in the perfumed air, candles flickering on the windowsills. Your partner promised to make tonight memorable. Boy, are they delivering. Your own surprise is the icing on the cake.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
I forgot my camera wasn't on.
You can keep writing. Do you need me to distract for a minute?
How far am I going? That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like Jessica could use some time. There's never pressure on time. You can send us 3 sentences and we'll read it if you want to, or you can just hang out and say, I'll catch it next time. What else? No feels one way or the other, friends. Okay, keep writing. I'll chitter chatter while and I have Joanne's I could read. I can start with that. Oh, I'm sorry about the pain. Sorry, Labyrinth. I feel you on pains and no fun. Esther dipped out and said good night. Love your friend. See you later. But yeah, no pressure on what you wrote, guys. If you need more time to write, keep writing. We'll just keep chitter chattering. Like I said, I had that coffee at 3, so you know I'm just a wild man tonight, as they say. Oh, I'm in for a surprise. I love that. Let me get over to. Oh, I've got Joanne's. Okay, I'll start with Joanne's, and then I will read Labyrinths. Okay. So, here we go. Joanne's is the next one. No pressure.
Okay, I think I might get something point.
Okay, well, I'll read Joanne's, and then you'll have time. Anybody who's still writing, you've still got time. Lydia let out a soft groan, rolling her neck as she struggled to get rid of the tired ache. Who knew how tiring preparing and completing 2 wedding cake orders could be? She didn't know how her mom did it when she was her age. Well, Mom probably had Dad's help, if she were being honest. Her eyes involuntarily drifted shut as she shut the car door of her red Chevrolet behind her. Shut the car door of her red Chevrolet behind her. She couldn't wait to get into her and Tiwa's apartment and take a long, relaxing nap. Her vision blurred as she juggled the key into its lock. She blinked, trying to keep the sleepiness at bay, before she ended up taking a nap at the front door. Twisting the key into the keyhole, she let out a relieved sigh at how she managed to unlock the door in her drowsy state. The darkness welcomed her as she took a step inside, uneasiness swirling in her stomach like a dough mixer. Tiwa always left the lights on when she's gotten back after a day of classes. Maybe she'd forgotten? Curiosity piqued her brain when soft music echoed from the upstairs floor. Its simple melody was like a siren calling out to a sailor, equally enchanting but just as dangerous. Did someone manage to break in somehow? She eyed the umbrella in her hand. It wasn't exactly the best weapon, but it was better than being empty-handed. A soft sigh escaped her lips. Am I really about to become one of those characters in a movie who checks out the sound when a killer has broken into someone's house? Lydia took a step towards the edge of the stairs. She froze midway, scurrying back to the front door before softly closing the door behind her. Ain't no way in hell I want to get murdered over some stupid curiosity. Opening her phone, her eyes widened when she received a bunch of missed texts. Hey, Lydia. Sorry for the short notice, but I realized that it's been 1 year since we became rivals and also a couple. Knowing how both of our brains work, we probably forgot to put it on our calendars. Luckily, or maybe unluckily for me, Tiwa was so graciously reminded me 2 weeks ago after I finished my morning and afternoon shifts. I hope you don't mind, but Tiwa gave me the keys to your dorm so I could give you a surprise. I decided to send you this text so you don't think someone broke in or something. Please don't get mad at Tiwa. I practically begged her to lend me the keys to make our surprise perfect. Hope you like it. P.S. I'll be in the kitchen in a few minutes so we can sit down and eat. Sincerely, your sweetheart, Zay. Lydia's eyes swelled with tears at reading the barrage of texts. I can't believe Xavier did this for me. Warmth radiated in her chest as she opened the door a second time, closing it behind before rushing up the steps. Dignity be damned. She took a deep breath, using her beating heart to stay alive. Keep it together, Lydia. Putting her hand on the doorknob, she willed herself to turn it as Xavier stood there, muttering to himself as he put more rose petals on her bed's cover. Well, that's an interesting shape, he muttered to himself, rubbing a hand over his black locks. Damn it. The heart's not supposed to look this lopsided. Lydia giggled. Even after they became a couple, he was still a nervous wreck around her. She walked up towards him, tapping his shoulder before he jumped a foot in the air. Hey, sweetheart. His face brightened upon meeting hers. Hey, sunshine. He pressed a kiss to her forehead before wrapping his arms around her. Great job, Joanne. Sorry I got... Yeah, that was good. I liked it. Good, good. Oh, hey, Andy. Welcome, Andy. Hello, hello. That was
I was
good.
finishing my chocolate cake I got during the
Start talking, Laura.
Yeah.
No, good. I really liked that, Joanne. That was good. I liked. I always like how you use Lydia and Xavier in new situations in each prompt. I love it. I love it. Good branding. Yes. Send Joanne all the love. Oh, she sent me more. Hold on. Oh yes. Okay. The sandalwood scent of his cologne caused a shiver up her spine. Was he always this attractive, or had his attractiveness multiplied during the time they were together? You cold? He whispered against her ear, amusement lacing his tone. Lydia gritted her teeth. How could he manage to still get her flustered like this? You know damn well that's not the case. Well then, he purred, pulling her body close to his. Do I have your permission to warm you somehow? What did you have in mind? Well, he pressed a kiss against her shoulder. Maybe like this? Nice. Good job. Yes. Yes, you may. Yeah, good job, Joanne. I love it. Like I said, I always love how you bring the characters back. Love it. Yes, yes, Dolores. I just said yes backstage to yes. My partner in crime here had me on the front screen. Okay, that was great. Well done, Joanne. There's going to be spice.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah, great job. Well done. Okay, friends, who's next?
I have not gotten any in my inbox.
Do you want to read yours, or do you want to wait? Oh, Nicole has one. Send it to Laura.
I'll read it.
I've got one more to read, I think. Two more. No, one more. Yeah. Send it to Laura. Yay! Yay, Anna! You want me to send you a link? You want to send to us? Whatever. You know how to reach us. Okay. Yes, I have yours, Barbara. I'm going to read yours.
Haha.
Hey, I heard a donk. Hi, friend.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome back. So did you go to a steamy place? Did the prompt
Yes.
inspire some steam?
I did. I technically still didn't finish, but yes.
Oh.
Mine's not finished.
I mean, that's okay. Not finished is okay. It's a tight time span.
Yes, it is.
All right. So tell us when you're ready, and then the floor is yours.
Okay.
Don't know why I use that accent.
All right. So I'm standing outside the hollow suite and looking at the light that indicates it's occupied. I told her not to worry about anything special this year's anniversary, being that we had to change course and couldn't make it to Alpha Centauri's resort. She is ever the romantic. I wave at the control and check for how long we have the room. 5 hours? What bargains did she make to make for that? Probably best not to ask my engineering imaginative lover. I indicate my biosensor and the door accepts it and opens for me as it is locked for privacy. I walk in and smell the salt in the air and hear the ocean waves meet my ear. I look down, and down the hall, rose petals are leading me deeper into the room. As I walk deeper in, passing a city room, where the lights are set to a setting that makes it look like old-fashioned candles are dotting the space. I turn with the trail and walk into a bedroom that has 2 sides open to the night air. I can see the ocean lapping at the purple sand. Of course, she would bring the resort to us. Do you like it, Gabi? I hear her voice in my right to my right, and I turn and see she's wearing a sheer, flowy robe. Of course I do, Rosa. I walk over to her and kiss her. She lets it be Chase. She is the one in control. Or I let it be Chase, and she's the one in control. How about you take off your silly uniform and climb into bed, sweetie? I nod and step back. I know she likes drama, and I'll give it to her. With each step, I unclasp my jacket and let it drop, and the rest of my clothes follow. As my calves hit the bed, I am completely naked and have not lost eye contact. I can see her eyes dilating as she looks over my body. I can feel myself getting hard, but also feel my heat rise along the ridges that outline my body. I was so worried she would not want me. My species doesn't mingle with others very often because our weird anatomy and body structure, but Rosa has never said anything otherwise. She picks up two glasses that are sitting on the table next to her. I love how you can't hide your arousal. She leans down and licks along my ridge where it ends to my neck. How violent you get when I haven't even touched you yet. Before I can do anything but moan, she hands me the glass. She sits on my lap and we drink, giving me a break and not teasing me. It's a human champagne. I won't feel the alcohol, but I like the bubbles, and Rosa has a high tolerance, so neither of us will be inebriated. She takes the glasses and places them on a low table I hadn't seen before. What next? Can I touch you now, my lovely lady? How about we make a deal? You promised I could have something special this year, and I don't see why we can't still do that. She leans close and whispers into my ear, how about you be a good sweet thing and lay back on the bed? Oh, we haven't done anything like this in a while, and the last time I was the one giving orders. I nod and scoot back, so I'm in the middle. She climbs up and saddles my thigh, pressing her knee into my inner thigh, not my outer, where my inflamed ridges is more sensitive right now. She leans over me and runs a finger along my left side, and I groan at how sensitive my ridges are, and then kiss and lick the ridges on my shoulder till the smooth flesh of my neck. I can feel how hard I am, to the point that I am now pointed at the sides of my cockhead. I have a moment where I worry and try to think about going slightly softer because I don't want it to be so pointy for her. She grabs my cock and I gasp. She pulls up so I can see her face, and she's pink and her breath has picked up. Don't you dare. I want all of you. No holding back. I have handled it before. I open my mouth to protest about the one time I hurt her, but she leans down and kisses me, her tongue disappearing into mine. She sucks on it and making me moan with her mouth. I know what I'm doing now. Trust me. I nod and she starts to stroke me. Pick a word. I smile and say sin. It's an inside joke because her mother had first seen me and was reminded of ancient arts of demons. She smiles back and nods. Sin. Then she lifts her head. Computer, start the add-on. The computer beeps and I see the things appear on the side table. Rope and some dildos. She takes the rope, which is not abnormal, and ties me to the bed. She takes a moment to lick my cock from base to tip and kiss my micro ridges there. I don't want you to hold back, amor. I trust you and you trust me. I nod and she takes a dildo that had slightly inverted ridges, and I know instantly what she's going to do. Wait, Rosa, I haven't in a while. I mean, not with something besides mine in your hands. I know, my sweet, and I want you to have full pleasure today. I won't start the vibration if you don't want it just yet, but it will be going inside. I take a deep breath and then open my eyes. I look into them, and I know if I protest again, she will be off, but it's been such a long time since I fully engaged in sex. It's difficult with a human, or really most species. She touches and lubes me up and the toy and then inserts it into my vaginal hole. She thrusts it a few times. Oh, look at how your beautiful cunt takes this wonderful cock. She keeps going, and I pull on the restraints, and she smiles and starts to stroke my cock. Then she lets it go and takes a remote. Low, please, I ask. Of course, my sweet thing. The vibration is perfect, and it locks into place at my internal ridges. Then I see as Rosa repositions herself and holds herself above me. And I see the plug as she pulls it out. She moans as it pops out. I told you I would be ready. She then places more lube and sinks onto me. I'm instantly overwhelmed from the sensation of both my sexes being fully pleasured. And that's why I finished.
I am here for it. All of this.
Hazelnut, I can't breathe.
Moment. All the fireworks. Wow, the comments blew up. Like a lot happening. There was a lot of love. Yes, there was. Oh, so it started out cute, which I feel like don't all great love affairs start that way. And then yes, you're getting all the cute, and then we get to yes, drop those clothes, and we were like, oh, damn. And I gave you a little bum chicka. I love this. I could hear George Takei because oddly I could too, and it was a weird mind meld moment in that. Yes, and then it just the lady giving the orders. Yes, the holy water came out, which then you know it's getting good if we got that ladies taking charge. Yes, the sensitive ridges. I'm dead, sexy but cute. I mean, see what I mean? Like people were chatty. By the way, the future looks bright. If I can just talk to Alexa and be like dildos and rope, girl.
I said in the comments when you guys put up the prompt, I'm like, who said hollow room sex?
Listen, I'm here for it. All I know is there was a moment where it's like, can we get an add-on? And I was like, this is great. Sex like a value meal. I will have a fries and Coke. Thank you. Yes. Okay. I couldn't even get to the end of the comments. There was so much happening. But thank you on the fireworks. I thought so too. I was like, yes. Okay. Wow. This was fun.
Yes.
Dolores, I think I came twice just talking about the story. Well done. Well done.
Then you will definitely, when it hasn't posted yet, but when I get to about a few more chapters up in my vampire, the intensity of that.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Okay. Give Dolores all the love. Do not forget I dropped links up above. So go follow on Ko-fi, give Ko-fi, get the Vela, get the books. If you want some steamy books, I'd say Dolores could cover you. So
or uncover you.
Laura, but
yes.
We're gonna send Laura home with all the naughty thoughts before she does. Bless. Dolores, that's a tough act to follow. Wowza. Nailed it. Thank you for coming. If you ever want to come on as like a host or whatever, holler at us. We'd love to have you. You're a blast.
Thanks.
Keep killing it. Bye, friend.
Bye.
That was smoking hot. Wait, what did I miss? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have Nicole's.
Okay.
And Anna wants to read on screen, so I sent her.
Yay, perfect. And then I hoarded Katie Ann's.
I also have mine.
Yay! Okay, good. And Katie Ann wrote it in big for blind people.
Yay!
For the olds. That was really hot, by the way.
Yeah.
That was.
Come on now, Anna. Come on.
Yes. Come on. What are you waiting for? Like, be like surprise anal and show up.
Yes.
Yay! Oh my god. Okay.
We're so glad to have you Friday night sleepover.
Thanks, guys. I'm living for everything. I don't know if anyone remembered why would you remember these characters? But I was like so excited. I was like using 2 characters that I came up with for a previous like romance prompt, and I was like, oh, the lore continues. Like the art thief boyfriends from this is like their future endeavors. So sorry, Nicole. It's actually like it is spicy, but not like the it's nowhere near the level of spicy as the previous one. But
brought some heat. I know.
Yes, Sebastian and Arthur. Oh my god. Yes, Katie. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
I'll just write every single romance prompt I do about them. Okay.
Listen, okay, I'm so excited. I love that we're bringing up the past. You went back. What was that? Like that was a while ago.
Yeah. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Wow.
Oh my God, Katie, I'm obsessed with you too. You're an incredible writer. This is so. Thank you. Message me on Instagram, Katie. Let's chat.
Yes. Oh my gosh, all the people, all the things. I'm group hugging.
Oh. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Should I start?
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, first of all, tell everybody we know how awesome you are. Tell everybody else how awesome you are, and if you want them to follow you on the things, tell them what things you want them to follow you on.
Okay. I'm Anna. I write poetry and speculative fiction. I have things published in a variety of places. Probably most excitingly, Overland Journal. I'm gonna have a piece coming out in Haven Speculative, which is exciting to me as well. But yeah, you can follow me on probably Instagram right now is the best place. At the Ant Hugger at Instagram.
The link, and I'll drop it while y'all talking.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Should I read? Again, I just read this in like 5 seconds. All right. Roses? Really? Arthur picked up a handful from the heart-shaped pile on the king bed. They were soft and pliant in his grip, clearly the real thing, and let them fall one by one from his fingers as he leveled what he hoped was a suitably scathing look in Sebastian's direction. I thought she was sentimental, but this is a bit far. Yeah. Sebastian sounded distracted, or maybe he simply wasn't as intrigued as Arthur was by the intricate wooing practices of high-powered CEOs who cheated on their wives. His loss. Look for the briefcase, will you? They said she left it in here when she went down to dinner. Are we sure it even has the documents? Arthur asked, motioning with a flippant wave of his hand towards a carefully arranged stack of luggage in the corner. After this horrific display, I wouldn't be surprised if the thing was stuffed full of sex toys. He got the brief flicker of a smile that crossed Sebastian's face and had to push down a suggestion of warmth in his chest. Ridiculous as this was, they were at the end of an important job. He could at least pretend to focus. Sebastian made his way to the luggage and began to sort through the bags, and Arthur left him to it, moving around the bed instead, taking in the pristine white bed sheets, tall wooden canopy, and the swaths of pale gauzy material that hung from it. The whole place was like a parody of romance, exactly the sort of bullshit that he would never expect from their Mark, a high-powered executive type who cared about her company, her money, and, apparently, a night away with her secretary that was starting to put into perspective all the late evenings Arthur had spent tapping his foot, waiting for her to emerge from work to tail her home. The windowsill was adorned with a collection of sweet-smelling candles in a range of rosy hues. Arthur watched as the flames danced just close enough to the flapping edge of the gauzy bed curtains to raise an eyebrow. These have to be a hazard, he said. I didn't realize you were so concerned with fire safety, Sebastian shot back absently, his attention clearly elsewhere. Did you find it? Arthur asked. He poked at the pooling wax in one of the candles, studied the pink dot at the end of his fingertip as it hardened and cooled. I think so. I need to try the code first, but so that's it. Suddenly, Arthur couldn't seem to hold the outburst back. Is what it? This. We've been at this for weeks. The trailing, hacking, breaking and entering. Hey, you did that last bit. I only have digital trespassing on my hands. Oh, what an upstanding citizen you are, my love. Finally, Sebastian paused in his work, looking up from the case with a faint frown creasing his dark eyebrows, and fuck, even in the middle of confusion and on the brink of an argument, he was unreasonably pretty. What are you upset about, exactly? Sebastian's tone was careful, and Arthur was struck, not for the first time, by just how much space Sebastian had always given him to feel these things out for himself. He was still getting used to it, really. The fact that he didn't have to hide the cracked pieces of emotion, of heartbreak, fear, or worry, behind a quick smile and a carefully placed shrug. He could throw out the pieces for Sebastian to examine. He could, God forbid, let Sebastian help him fit those pieces back together into the semblance of order. The whole thing was fucking exhausting. Well, this thing is kind of, anticlimactic, don't you think? We broke into the Mark's hotel room to steal a briefcase. It's taken you, 5 minutes to crack the thing? We'll be out of here before we know it, we'll be out of here before you know it, and it will be, he stopped. This was stupid. Fuck. Arthur was stupid. It will be over. Sebastian set the briefcase down. The job will be over, yes, he said slowly, but I'm not going anywhere. We don't just stop doing this, he indicated between them with the flick of a finger, because we're no longer going after the same person. I know that, Arthur snapped, or tried to. It came out sounding more like relief than annoyance. Sebastian was standing now, closing the space between them with a few long strides, the briefcase abandoned on the floor behind him. Do you? Yes. Sebastian reached for his hand. It's just, this is our first job together as a couple, Sebastian prompted, that ridiculous half smile curling at the corner of his mouth. Ugh, yes, as a couple, I guess I wanted it to be memorable. Sebastian tugged him closer, releasing the hand to wrap his arms around Arthur's waist instead. His palm rested against the small of Arthur's back, warm and grounding. We're just too good at our jobs, All smooth sailing, not enough danger. Arthur let his fingers curl into the lapels of Sebastian's jacket, tried and failed to keep a smile off his own face as he pushed up to nose against the side of Sebastian's jaw. Something like that, he whispered, felt his own breath fog warm against the skin and stubble, and he trailed his tongue over the words for good measure, feeling Sebastian shudder at the touch. Well, Sebastian swallowed, his throat moving underneath Arthur's lips. Someone was nice enough to prepare for a romantic night. We might as well take advantage of it. And when Arthur pulled his face down to kiss him, Sebastian's mouth opened beneath his, warm and yielding, and just the right hint of dangerous.
I can't even deal. Please make it a book. Please.
Oh my God.
Or a novella. They're so cute. And I want
would love to.
Clone yourself and write them all.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes, the epitome of be gay, do crime.
Right? Yeah. That was so good. Like,
thank you.
Yes.
That was an awesome take on the prompt.
Thank you so much.
I agree. That was just
somebody on the counter.
Yes, that's right. Make it rain.
God, thank you so much, guys.
I want it. All the sex toys.
Yeah, that's what's in the briefcase. Actually, it was stolen from Dolores's characters.
Oh well, listen.
No.
I am loving it. Please, if you write it, tell us.
Oh my God, I will. Thank you. Someday I would love to. I just want to write about like sad little gay crime lords.
Can you? Yes. Where I need this on a T-shirt. I think I'm gonna make this part of my merch. What was that saying? I have to star it. The epitome of
do crime.
Be gay, do crime. Yeah, I need.
Yes.
That.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a thing.
But yes, thank you.
Without you. No, Anna, I've missed you, my friend. It's been too long. Big hug.
You too. Yes, you too.
Virtual hug. Well, come back and play because that knocked my socks off.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you so much for like giving me the time and space and creativity to write things.
Always, we love you. Love you. Come back.
See you.
Bye, friends. Oh my goodness, that little cake pop. I know, right? Me too. We need more of them. Instead of these publishers being like, we already have one. We already have a gay story. Okay, so
I have hazelnuts and I have Katie's, I believe that you sent, and I have mine.
Oh, I sent you Katie's. I was trying to send you another one because I was going to read Katie's.
Is it Katie's?
I don't know. Hang on, I got to look and see who I sent you. I meant to send you, I think, Labyrinths.
Oh, it might be Labyrinth.
Hang on.
Looks like it's in Comics Hands. Prince's Crimson.
Should mean something. Oh, no, that's Labyrinth. I've got
Labyrinth.
Yes. I was like, Comics Hands. I was like, is this an exam? What are you doing to me right now? Sorry, go
ahead. Let's go with Nicole's. Desiree walked into her room, her eyes closed until she heard a familiar voice. You aren't going to look at the floor, Your Majesty? Her servant, now her newest confidant, Rhoda asked. Desiree opened her tired eyes, and her exhaustion left her, nearly taking her heart with it as the organ leapt. Rose petals decorated the floor, leading out of the room. Desiree followed them out and down the hall to a familiar bodyguard's room. She knocked, then opened the door before she heard a response. The room was empty, save for a little note, which Desiree almost lunged for. She skimmed it, although it was difficult, given the prose written in Vesta's handwriting. The shape changer could say all the right things to get Desiree hot and bothered, and it seemed Vesta liked to play. The note mentioned the kitchen, which Desiree went to and found a note that said to meet in the dining hall. Desiree found another note that said to meet her in the Senate chamber, and Desiree bolted, growing impatient by the second. There, upon the table, sat a lovely two-tiered cake on the stone table. The Queen of Moths glanced around for any sign of her bodyguard, growing tired of this new game Vesta wanted to play. The cake was Desiree's favorite for her birthday, and the two of them had just celebrated not too long ago. What was Vesta's goal this time? She heard the two massive doors lock behind her, and she whirled to find the familiar glow of the feline shape stranger's eyes. Desiree's face bloomed with a smile, which morphed into shock as she beheld the thin strings of lace hugging ever so nicely around Vesta's body. What in the world are you? Her question was cut off when she noticed, even in the dim candlelight of the room, that the lingerie was the same color as the cake itself. Is that... She let the question hang on the air. It's actually icing, isn't it? And Vesta gave her a devilish grin as she nodded. Both of you to enjoy, my love, she purred, and Desiree saw the ears poking out from Vesta's head and the tail flicking back and forth. The sign for play for a cat. Heat flooded Desiree's face and Nether's as she struggled to keep herself calm, but with Vesta wearing such thin lace that revealed everything, and her heart hammering in her chest, it was proving to be more and more difficult by the second Desiree hesitated. So, as calmly as she could, with a mouth drier than the deserts of the Tonic region, she said, I want you first. Vesta's smile widened, but softened at the same time, not trying to scare Desiree. I thought you might, she replied. Right now. Vesta gave her a seductive chuckle. I thought you might say that too. I had the papers reserved for tonight. No one should bother us. Good, Desiree thought, and she thanked the stars her dress was easy to remove. She liked this one, and if Vesta tore it, the shape changer would have been cut off, regrettably. Vesta approached Desiree slowly, and Desiree closed the gap. Take me, Desiree hissed. Vesta chuckled again. As you wish, your majesty. She purred in Desiree's ear. She wasted no more time in giving the queen what she wanted. She unzipped the dress Desiree was in, and used it as a blanket as she leaned the Queen of Moths on the stone table. The last thing Vesta wanted was for her queen and lover to get cut while getting eaten out. She had plans. Vesta already knew Desiree was soaking the moment Desiree's eyes widened upon the sight of her earlier, so she planted several delicate kisses along Desiree's thick thighs, which Vesta held with ease above her shoulders, before diving straight to the opening of her vagina. Desiree moaned Vesta's name, and Vesta settled right in, letting her tongue do the work, while Vesta's thumb snaked up to Desiree's clit, the only thing Vesta wanted to get to, especially tonight. Desiree's breath hitched, and the queen relaxed, her thighs resting upon Vesta's shoulders. Vesta licked and sucked more, opening her mouth to take in as much as she could, all while rubbing Desiree's clit. Sooner than the two females imagined, Desiree was bucking her hips, and her bones grew shorter in breath and higher in pitch, until Desiree could barely get Vesta's name out of her lips. She could barely even reach the consonant before she came undone, and the massive wings of her Cecropia moth blossomed from her body, her barren neck filling with moth fluff, and small, long antennae sprouting from her head. The idea that Desiree could do the same to her made Vesta spiral as well. The black fur coated her body, and her own Cecropia moth wings, moth fluff, and antenna came out to join its lover in solidarity. Vesta let Desiree relax before taking her to the adorning washroom to get the queen all cleaned up before the two of them enjoyed a different kind of cake.
Listen. Wowza. Whose was that? Labyrinth?
Nicole,
the steam. My glasses are fogged. I have to take them off. I loved it. I thought it was great. What'd you think? How was it? You said some words that I know were probably fun to say out loud.
Okay, I thought the lace was made of icing, and you went literally with the prompt, with the icing on the cake. I was like, that's because it matched the cake. I'm like, it's the icing! It's the frosting! But it wasn't.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, who hasn't iced a cake, really, though? I loved it so much. That was, yes, steamy. Oh, that's the main couple of Her Eternal Reign. Okay, wait, is there a link? Let me go get, and if so, I'll drop. Hold.
It's not out yet.
Oh, is it pre-order?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I'm gonna drop a link. Hazelnut, do you want me to drop a link? Insta, anything? Wow, y'all, that was great. Oh, hi, Eva. You just missed a steamy. Laura said clit. Oh God, is your son with you? Can you hear me? I shouldn't have said it. Clit. We said it a couple of times. It's been a fun night. Okay. I had to take my hoodie. I know. It was steamy. No, the clit is out. Oh, the story is out. I was like, Joanne, the clit's been out for a while now. Oh, thank God, because it's steamy and people have sent Laura some naughties. I'm not
Do you
saying
have any more to
yes,
read, or is it just me?
ready? I have Katie Ann. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Jackson knows Nico hates surprises, hates anything vaguely related to holidays, and certainly anything that relates to him having to act as if he's pleased to be the center of attention. Once, before they were dating, Jackson had made the mistake of forcing an impromptu birthday song on Nico. He will never forget the way Nico's mouth thinned in a tight, flat line before his media training kicked in and he forced a wavering smile. Jackson can see the tick in his jaw now, the glimmer of an unidentified emotion in his eye before they glazed over into ice and he suffered through the awkward 2 minutes of off-key singing. So Jackson knows he is tempting fate by stealing back to their home at noon and spending time creating a romantic aura. Still, sue him for wanting to spoil his partner. So yes, he sets up an absurd amount of candles, all electronic because he doesn't want to give Nico a panic attack by having that many fire hazards in one house. He sprinkles roses over their bed, sprays a lovely lavender scent over the house, and he orders to get the macaroon delivery from the front porch. And because he isn't just romantic, but actually cares about Nico, he cleans. He vacuums, he scrubs every surface, replaces the tablecloth, and lays out Nico's favorite placemats. By the time the later afternoon rolls around, Jackson is sweaty and exhausted, but the house is beautifully clean and smells fresh. He finishes his shower, dabs on Nico's favorite cologne, and gets dressed in a pair of rough old jeans that Nico told him to never throw away because they mold to his ass perfectly. By the time he's back downstairs, golden hour has settled on the house, and the tea lights flicker on every windowsill and table. The car door closes, and Jackson opens the door, too eager to wait. For a moment, Nico doesn't notice Jackson, instead focusing on locking the car. The wind ruffles his light blonde hair, brushes a few wisps into his eyes, and Nico impatiently flicks them away. As he shoves his keys into the pocket of his suit pants, he sees Jackson leaning against the door. "You're home early," he says as he climbs the porch steps. "Happy Valentine's Day," Jackson says instead, leaning back to let Nico into their house. "What the fuck did you do?" Nico asks, stopping dead in the foyer. "Did you clean?" He turns on his heel to look at Jackson. In the gilded light spilling in, his fair lashes are almost invisible, even as he blinks rapidly as if trying to assess Jackson. "I did," Jackson says, closing the door behind him. "And there are electric candles?" Nico says, still blinking at the display. "There are." "It smells like lavender." "Your favorite," Jackson says, trying not to sound smug. Nico's mouth falls open into a soft little O, and Jackson can't help but step closer and cradle his partner's face. That snaps Nico's gaze back to him, suddenly bright and so very blue. His breath skates, a little shaky, over Jackson's face. "Why?" "Because I love you," Jackson says, dipping his head to kiss Nico. But Nico is still a little too awestruck to move. "No one has done this for me before," Jackson says, pulling back. Then his briefcase hits the ground, and he rakes his hand through his hair. "I can't believe you outdid me already." Jackson drops his hands and shakes his head with a laugh. "Outdid you?" The high points of Nico's cheeks flush pink. "I had a Valentine's Day surprise for you, although it's nothing so elaborate." Nico shifts on his feet, twisting his fingers together, clearly nervous. "Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll love it." Jackson moves to kiss Nico again, but Nico stops him with a hand on his chest. "Wait, Nico reaches into his inner coat pocket and pulls out something small and round. He takes Jackson's wrist and plants it on his palm, curling Jackson's fingers around it, as if the sight of it makes Nico nervous. The pink flush has spread to the tips of his ears. What is? Jackson cut it off as he stares down at what looks to be a remote. Is this? He trails off and Nico swallows. Try it, Nico whispers, his breath quick. Jackson feathers one of the buttons and Nico's whole body jolts, as if Jackson shocked him with electricity. Which he may have. He presses it again, and Nico's mouth falls open, his lashes fluttering, and he bends his knees. How many settings does this have? Jackson asks. A lot, Nico squeaks. Can you? His hands are curled into fists, his teeth sinking into his pulse, lower lip. Jackson clicks the button higher, and Nico grabs Jackson's shoulder, his breath stuttering. He makes a soft sound in the back of his throat, and Jackson switches the remote off. Nico, Jackson breathes, touching Nico's cheek and tilting his face up. This is incredible. A sheepish smile curls at the corners of Nico's mouth. I thought you'd like it. I do, but I never thought you would. Jackson can't believe it. For years, Nico acted so prim and proper, blushing at even the slightest innuendo of sex. He's always so polished, so composed, so perfectly at ease. A guarded wall around his heart, a mask settled over his face. It is one of Jackson's great obsessions to crack that hard exterior shell. Years ago, he had wanted to do it simply because it was a competition. Who could make the stoic and ice-cold Nico break? But as he grew closer to Nico, he realized the shell was for protection. And so it was so much more satisfying to have Nico take off the mask, to unveil the less savory parts of himself, to feel safe enough to make noises during sex, to ask for certain things, to let himself be cared for and loved at the most vulnerable. And now, Nico has physically handed Jackson a representation of that trust. Not to mention, it is so sexy to see his partner starting to unravel from 2 small taps of a button. Still, his coat and suit from work. Fuck, Nico, Jackson whispers, and he sweeps Nico into his arms, kissing him. It's sloppy and messy, Nico's breath still coming in uneven pants. I love you. He backs him against the wall, bracketing him against it. Nico laughs against his lips. Press the button, Jackson. Jackson smirks and he presses on the next highest button. Nico squeaks, high in his throat. Jackson is lucky he has his arm around Nico's waist, pressing him close and keeping him upright. He can feel Nico's hard cock against his thigh. He can't hear the vibrations, but Nico can certainly feel them. He whines and tilts his hips up. Jackson's head falls back, golden blonde hair already a mess. Are you going to come already, darling? Jackson asks as he nips the sensitive spot below Nico's ear. Nico whimpers, fingers clawing into Jackson's shoulders. Please, he breathes, and Jackson rocks his hips into Nico's. Jackson switches the vibrator off, and Nico gasps out a cry. You wicked bastard. Jackson hits the highest setting. What was that, love? He asks, lifting his head to watch as Nico's eyes close and his cheeks burn a blotchy red, sprawling down his neck and throat, certainly going all the way down to his belly now. Come for me, he says, cupping his palm over Nico's clothed cock, and his partner falls apart. It will never grow old watching Nico fall into the sweet oblivion of an orgasm. He is entirely open, needy, and grasping, and so overwhelmed by pleasure that there are no masks, no hiding. He makes the softest noises in the back of his throat, strangled and quiet, as if he still isn't used to making noise. As Nico's hips grind into Jackson's, riding out the sensations, and he slowly tapers off the vibrations. Jackson is tempted to keep the vibrator on, even at a low setting, but Nico bites his lip and shakes his head, locks of hair falling over his forehead and sticking to the sweat dude there. Jackson, please, Nico gasps out, his blue eyes snapping open, watery and bright. His pupils are dark and dilated, almost eclipsing the ocean blue. Jackson turns it off and stuffs the remote into his pocket so he can hold Nico properly. Thank you, Nico. I think I should be thanking you, Nico says with a sheepish laugh, his cheeks so rosy red. Jackson kisses that cheek, addicted to him. That was beautiful. Jackson kisses Nico softly, loving that Nico melts into him so open and trusting. And we just started, Jackson says as he pulls back and Nico's eyes widen, but not with fear, but with anticipation. Oh, I hope you do. Nico kisses him quickly. We do have dinner to get. A mischievous glint enters his eye as he flutters his lashes. God, Jackson is so in love it hurts. That was so great.
Pull up that remote. I knew.
You do. The moment it was remote, and you probably saw it in my face as I was reading it because I got to that part and I went, I am going to have to read this.
Yes, you are.
But that was so good. Yes. I also, but you know what? No, it is not late enough to tell that story. We will do that another time on the After Midnight Show. Katie, oh, hi, Chunkers. Oh my, you woke up my bulldog, Katie. That really was good stuff. That was hot. Use a blow dryer. Careful, don't electrocute yourself if you're wet. Yay. That was so good. No, that was so good. Yes, steamy. I could picture that, what was happening. I was like, oh. Okay.
I will read Labyrinth, and then I will read mine.
Okay.
Here is Labyrinth.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
Crimson rose petals dance in swirling motions against a midnight blue sky in the perfumed air of the garden. As I arrived at the labyrinth's edge, not knowing just what entailed for tonight, the scents of jasmine and vanilla perfumed the air below the semi-transparent portable roofing spread over the entire hedge of the maze. I tiptoed inside over a mauve cloth draping over the grass all throughout. My light, flowing ember-colored dress glides with ease across the smooth material. As I approach the last quarter of the maze's entrance, rose petals of all colors cascade the rest of the way through the center. Where I found something that I should never have seen, something I didn't want to see. My dear Prince Charming not only already has eaten dinner, I thought it was meant for us. He's with her inside the outdoor massive mahogany bed behind the closed drapes. As I hear the giggles, snorts, my blood boils as I raise the half-full glass of crimson wine, drinking it down in one swig as I slam the glass against the table. I reach inside between the bosom of my dress, pulling out a small metal wand from it. I pulled back the royal purple flowery drapes. I scream an incantation quickly as I wave the wand before either of them can react. They shrink down considerably. Stillness that now overwhelms the moment, until the mating sounds from the frogs in the nearby ponds sing their mating songs, looking for a mate for life. The ones before me now join in on the songs of the night. He takes off at a rate of speed I've never witnessed before, leaving the one he's been sitting in front of me stunned by what's just happened. Never messed with a pissed-off sorceress. I can turn a prince into a frog, and no, there's not a princess anywhere in the world that'll give you a kiss to return you to our mortal prince. Not even if you call them your future queen.
I loved it. Way to go, Labyrinth. That was fun. I like it. Again, everybody took really different takes. And different spice. What spice level are we getting, Samantha?
It's pretty spicy.
Like a 10? An 8?
I didn't complete the scene far enough for it to be a 10.
Okay, it's like an 8. I'm ready for an 8.
We'll see. Okay. Stretch first.
Yeah.
Ugh. Come upstairs when you get home. I have a surprise for you. The message on my phone is burned into my retinas and brain. Oh, I will. The subway car rattles around the bend as I approach my stop. It's our 2-year anniversary. Thankfully, he remembers. At least, that's what I'm assuming the surprise is about. The bag from the dry cleaning crinkles in my arms as I step off and exit the station, walking the block to our 2-story home. It's made our lovemaking less inhibited since we've moved in and don't share walls with our neighbors. We can be as vocal and intense as we like without old Miss Patricia banging on our walls or Mr. Walker on our floor. Thank God. I unlock the front door and am hit with the aroma of chocolate and gardenias, my favorite flower. He did remember. The sound of sensual music down the stairs, dancing amongst the scattered large white petals. As quickly as possible, I head into the large guest bathroom and slip into the dress I just picked up. The satin flows like water down my curves, a deep emerald green with an iridescent sheen. The tailor called it peacock's green, and brings out my eyes. Hopefully, Stephen will agree. I strap on my matching heels, exit the small bathroom, and head to the kitchen for one last detour. Not wanting to give the surprise away, I open the freezer door and load up a metal bowl by hand. It's time. The stairs creak slightly as I ascend. The scent of gardenia is stronger the closer I get to the landing. Candles flicker on the windowsills. Overhead, lights turned off. In the dim, romantic atmosphere, the sound of Stephen is softly cursing. Babe? I call out just outside the bedroom door. A crash, followed by something big hitting the bed, makes me smile. You okay in there? I call from the hallway. Yeah? His voice is slightly tight. All good. I push the door open to a gorgeous view. Stephen is laid out naked on our queen-size bed, made with new luxurious sheets. Petals dapple the floor and covers, while even more candles flicker along the edge of the room. I sashay, swinging my hips as I approach, then place the cold metal bowl on the nightstand. Hey, I say, don't you look ravishing? I put a knee on the edge of the mattress, reach out, and trace a finger up the length of his naked cock. Good enough to eat, I dare say. His moan is reassuring. What's in the bowl? Shh, a surprise for once you're good and ready. I crawl over him and lay red kiss marks across his collarbones, a lipsture of lipstick and artful bruising. He throws his head back into the pillows, giving me more canvas to work with. Once his hands rise up to slide along the back of my dress, but I'm having none of it. No touching. Not yet. I grin as his hands fall to the sheets, fingers gripping them, tangling in them, strangling them as my markings move down to his pecs. His nipples always were sensitive. Grabbing lube from the nightstand, I coat my fingers, then grab onto his half-mast cock and stroke firmly. He's good and ready quickly, hips bucking up in need. A whine keening as I massage his balls for good measure. Flip, I command, on your hands and knees. He's done as he's told, obediently. He's learned what happens for being slow on the uptake. My slippery fingers circle his ass teasingly, lightly. Then I'm pushing in slightly and retracting, rubbing his rim until he's squirming. Roxanne, he whimpers, please. I reach for the bowl and take up an ice cube. Your wish is my command. He jumps up as it comes into contact with his puckered opening, groans as I push it in millimeter by millimeter until it's fully concealed, seated in his rectum. I reach for the second one. And that's it. And you're muted.
Yes. Wow. You had me at 2 cocks, but when we got to ass play, yes. Wow. Yes. Ice cubes. Joanne's gone to church. That's where Joanne's gone. Joanne's gone to find the Lord because she's just not sure what to. Listen, I loved it. I'm with Katie and wowza. If the spice level raises in your pen name future, you're gonna have no problem with the smoky scenes.
You want to read spicy? You should read chapter 3 of my scammer one.
Oh, okay, I'm ready.
Oh, gosh.
This was a spicy stream. Joanne, there is not enough. There's just not enough for tonight. There's not enough. It was. I'm feeling good about it. I'm gonna take a Tums and go to bed. I think I'll be fine. But yes, gasping and panting. I needed this. This week was a tough one at work. So this was much needed to bring me back to life. And I thank you all for it. You guys are rock stars. There's just not enough. You guys know, you were here, you read it, you heard the stories. Katie Ann had some steam. I mean, hello, I just read one about a butt dildo remote control by Bluetooth. Like, I'm sorry, do I have to explain? Like, everybody brought it tonight. Everybody had some steam. Yes, Eva. This was a good one. Yes. Anna, oh my gosh, Anna. Listen. Nobody was ready. I heard words like orgasm. That's okay. There were several of those. Oh, I thought it would do it. It did. Okay, Laura. So what's happening? We're not sure. You're leaving tomorrow, right? Or the next day?
Next Saturday.
Oh, okay. So next, do we see each other before that? We don't, because that would be the 3rd. Oh, okay. We're gonna take a short, slight break, a commercial break, until Laura is gainfully employed. And don't forget, if you have a connection on a job, hit your girl up, LinkedIn. Get out there. Give some, like, what do they call them when you like the skills? Endorse the skills. Do the things. Write up what an amazing, talented writer she is. Maybe don't mention like the cock story, but like the children's stuff and the like printed like horror. Yes, maybe. Unless you want the cock. I don't know. We should probably separate that from work, probably. Oh Lordy, I'm at the like.
Oh my gosh, Eva.
Tired. What did Eva say? It's like a finger trap. But wait, what? Sorry. Is that toy you put on a penis this week? You did? Now I'm gonna have to Google that. That's what I'm talking about. When Ricky's like, "What you been doing?" It's for work. Mind your business.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna miss Laura. We're gonna have a little break. We might get together and try to do, like a regular stream or two in that era. Or we couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to risk it. We could have Laura just, I don't know, on the wrong.
I don't want to get kicked out of my parents' house.
Oh, the family or America.
There will be small children there.
Well, and you can't trust me with that unless they're able to make a drink. Are we too young for that?
The oldest one is like 5.
Okay, I mean that. So no, that's too young then for drink. Okay, so probably too young for my group. We'll wait till you're back because we're just not that demographic. That's not what we're made of, Laura.
Yeah.
God save
Yes.
Oh, Margaret. Hey, friend. Listen, it had to be late because it got. Okay, so I'm going to let Laura do an outro. Everybody out there, check out some of the links we dropped in chat tonight for some of the folks that joined us. Thanks to Laura and Anna for getting up here. Always love you guys. Thanks so much for sharing. Yes, Dolores sharing all of the stories tonight. Folks who are always sending them in to us. We appreciate it. You guys not only make us laugh, you make us screech and squeal along with you. I am just going to have to go back and rewatch that but vibrator one again that I was reading so I can just enjoy it one more time. Wow.
So next I will be on there's a stream on Monday and then Mia Tuesday, JC Wednesday, Tip Thursday.
Cool.
Okay. That'll probably be it. And then I'll be out. Perfect. Well, and if you do a pop-up or something, we'll be in your chats because then we can't disrupt or, just know not to read our comments. Or Richard. So I will be on Pacific time, so a whole new time zone. So if I do do a pop up, it'll probably be
Dayside, late. Okay. Well,
we'll see.
Taking Roy.
Roy is adorable.
Yay! I know it's gonna be good. Yay! All right, so that's full week of Laura. Don't miss all the things and all the places. I will be with Margaret Pinard, seeing Margaret on Saturday, I think, and I think it's at my house for karaoke. Margaret, I got to talk to you because I got to send you something, and then other things. I'll have other videos about things in the meantime. Can't wait for Laura to be back.
Yeah.
See all the chats of the things. Don't forget about Margaret's event going on right now if you want to sign up for that. Congrats again to Katie Ann for the agent. Way to go. And keep being awesome, everybody. Love you lots. See you later. Bye.